Shalom, kings and queens of the kingdom of God. I'm Jean-Claude Dogo. Welcome to the Spiritual Caviar. This Shabbat, we are going to talk about a very serious topic, which is the law of God is our only moral law. Let's read the law of God that we find in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1 to 17. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you, your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. He rested the seventh day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. Amen. So this is the law of God to all the believers, to all the Christians, and to all the humanity. Because God is the ruler over everybody, all the humanity. But you see, from the beginning, there were a clash, a battle, a spiritual battle between God and his enemy, the enemy of our souls, the devil, Satan. So Satan will try to outsmart God's law with new laws that he will present as moral laws. And one of them, we're going to briefly speak about them. It is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that were born after the revolution in France. So I will just take two. I will just take two of the articles of the Universal Human Rights Law that wants to present itself as our moral law. But remember, as I said in the title of this message, we Christians, we have only one moral law. The law of God is our moral law, our only moral law. But the Article 4 for the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights says, no one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. So imagine that the United Nations are responsible of implementing that. But what have you seen recently? People are still, Africans are still slaves in Libya. And nobody's saying anything. So this moral law is not as good as the law of God, which shall be our only moral law. If I take Article 9, no one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention, or exile. And the examples are legion. Many people looking for asylum in the world because this moral law has no base for righteousness. So I can go on and on, but you can go Google it, Universal Human Rights Law, Declaration of Universal Human Rights Law. You can see them all. But the question here is that our God, our King, the King of Kings, with his law, is righteous. He is righteous. And no other moral law can compete with the law of God. This is the reason why many people, many other organizations will come to try to demote God's law, reduce its effect, cancel it, but we're not going to deal with the other groups today. We just chose the universal law of human rights to say that it cannot compete with the law of God. So we Christians must only obey to the law of God and know that the law of God is our only moral law. If we want to have a moral law, this is the law in Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 to 17. Brethren, I am very pleased to have you following our videos. Please remember to share them around you in your networks, so many people will come to know that the law of God is under attack, but we have to cleave to the law of God because it's the only sure destination for us, for our faith, because we belong to a king that has his laws, and his laws are just, righteous, and fair. May God bless you. Shalom, Letraot, bye-bye.